All right. Welcome to the, well, at this point in time, we don't have a name for this, or I don't have a name for this podcast yet. But today, on this first episode, I'm here with Dustin Cardenas of Minor Jackass League. What
say all the names. You just said it in the test. We just did a couple of tests before. This is like the real. What would you call this?
This is Final Cut.
Final Cut. Okay, yeah. Hey. You gotta love having Final Cut, right? We'll throw in some Entourage quotes too over there.
I want Final Cut.
Yeah.
All right. So Dustin Cardenas of what? MJL, Flatonia MJL Productions. And MJL stands for Minor Jackass League. Dustin Cardenas Video. Dance metal videos.
You wouldn't want to talk about those though. Yeah, that's for another day.
What is that? What is dance metal videos?
Oh my God. That's how we're starting this with my fucking.
Is that like your Steve-O rap career?
Could be, yeah. Basically, if you didn't know, I'm pretty much like a diehard CKY and Jackass and Bam Margera, Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, diehard fan, and the dance metal videos was the first thing I did after I finished the film school in Austin. I said, I'm going to make 20, because I'm about to go on a backstory, but I used to film for a band called At All Cost, and at one show they referenced their songs or their music as epic dance metal, and I was like, damn, dance metal, that could be something one day. That's like an unknown genre, a new genre, like new metal was, or thrash or whatever, in the metal genre. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, but how, like, what is dance metal? Like, how do you dance to dance metal, or what is it? So after I finished the film school in Austin, I was like, well, I'm gonna do 20 dance metal videos, like bands and artists that I listen to that could be considered dance metal, that are like.
Why 20?
That was just my number, like, that I wanted to do. I don't know why. I mean, that's just what the number I decided on. But anyway, so yeah, so I out of some of the artists and bands I listened to, whatever I thought like that had danceable music to, that was like a rock band, or there was even some like more rap, like Broken Side and Dot Curve. They're more rap. They're not even a band, it's not even metal really. But I was just thinking, okay, well, what could be dance metal that I listen to? So and honestly, I can't dance, but I can move, I can groove or whatever, like to a beat or whatever. I just don't think it's good. And neither do a lot of people, because I have a lot of dislikes on that fucking channel. So I'll leave it at that for right now. So yeah, this isn't about dance metal videos. This is about MJL, the good shit. Just talk about the good shit.
The good shit. So what started? What is this MJL you speak of? What started? Why did you start?
The backstory, from my recollection, we have a Blu-ray on sale, just letting you know, the MJL Recollections, bigcartel.com. Anyway, it was summer 2000. I'm trying to think. I hung out with this guy named Cody, and I won't say his last name. I don't know if he wants that to be out there yet or not. We're not that famous yet, so. But yeah, my friend Cody, he got the idea to get a camcorder. He's like, man, yeah, we can film stuff. I want to film stuff what we do, just to have it, that was his thought, just to get a camcorder, just to start filming stuff. And the very first thing, it was Cody, Jericho, and Seth, and they had filmed a couple of things at the beginning of June. That was right when we got out of school, summer 2000, and Cody and Seth and Jericho filmed a couple of things, like at Seth's house and Cody's house. They were filming like dumb little skits, and like they made like this palette where they took all the cushions off the couch at Seth's house and did had a wrestling match and shit like that, and they were flipping off the couches and shit, and Cody showed me all this footage, and I thought it was cool or whatever. And I was at my house one night, like it was the beginning of June, and Cody, Seth, and Jericho came over, and they were like, hey man, you want to stay the night at Cody's house tonight? We're gonna have like this pact, and we're gonna do this. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? He's like, okay, this is the idea. We're all gonna make this agreement that the first person that falls asleep is gonna get messed with, and there's no get back. So because we all made this agreement, so you can't how when you're kids, it's like, oh, you did something to me, you're one up, now I got to get you back, So there was no get back. So we made this. It's kind of like almost like a bet, like a gamble, But we're kids, like 13-year-old kids, and we're just living in a small town, didn't have nothing to do, and this is what we thought of, or they thought of, So I stayed the night at Cody's, and Jericho passed out on Cody's couch at like 3:00 in the morning. And we weren't, and we're just, needless to say, this is before like drinking and drugs and shit. So like before we started partying, we were still kind of like just staying up late, as little kids or teenagers, we just turned 13 or whatever. So yeah, so Jericho passed out and Seth had shaving cream and I had Cody's mom's prescription toothpaste. We thought it was regular toothpaste, but it was some kind of prescription toothpaste or something. Because I wanted to do something too. They were like, "Well, Seth's just gonna shave cream." I was like, "I want to do something to him," and Cody films because I wanted to get in on it, So yeah, I have this all on our YouTube channel, like the very first pack. But yeah, we got.
What's your YouTube? What's your YouTube? Plug it.
Oh yeah, YouTube.com/FlatoniaMJL is where all the stunts and pranks are, and basically also too. We filmed a lot after we stopped doing stunts and pranks. We filmed, I'll just say this, we made 4 DVDs in high school and sold them. And after the 4th one was released, we kind of grew out of it almost. I don't want to say we grew out of it, but because it was only within a matter of a couple of weeks that we released it, we just kind of started getting more into like drinking and partying and shit. So we just kind of filmed us, drunk and just fucked up and it was almost like a vlog before vlogs. We were just filming us just to film us, and it's a lot of unreleased footage that didn't make the DVDs. It's basically after we released all 4 of them.
They probably can't be released. Probably a lot of illegal activity. Underage drinking.
Yeah, underage drinking. Yeah, but I mean, on the YouTube channel, I cut all that stuff out because for YouTube, because they're kind of going towards target towards more kids now. So I didn't want to put no smoking weed or no drinking and none of that or whatever. So I cut all that stuff out. But it's us fucked up, as we're fucked up, just chilling or just sitting in my car listening to music or whatever. So yeah, but YouTube.com/FlatoniaMJL and then YouTube.com/Dustin Cardenas video. That's all my live shows that I filmed whenever I was in college. And then dance metal videos. And then my main YouTube is youtube.com/DMCVChit. And basically, you just type in Flatonia MJL Productions, but and that'll come up. But if you want the link, that's the link. So yeah, I'm kind of just going all real sporadic on this, just jumping from subject to subject. We really don't have any a set. Jonathan, he didn't have any questions. He's kind of just going off the top of the dome right now. So.
Yeah, I just came down to town, and I was like, hey, let's film that interview or record that interview. It was going to be a video, but we just figured we'd try to do a little podcast thing and just go from there. So we'll see where this turns out. Maybe I could do more episodes with other people. I know I've been talking about on my Twitter that I want to interview other small streamers. So I know Dustin's not a streamer, but this might be the start of that podcast going from here. But so you said you recorded live shows like concerts and stuff. So what's the most known band or artist that you've recorded is At All Cost?
No, that's hard. Okay. I'd say the biggest artist that I've worked with that I actually got to meet, and it was kind of like an official kind of film or actual, it was supposed to be made for a DVD, and I got hired, but I didn't get paid because I was still in college. I was still doing stuff for free and everything, but it was As I Lay Dying. And it was at Sounds of the Underground 2006 in Houston when they played. And that was really cool because I got to go on their tour bus and meet them and stuff. And then I'm a big In Flames fan, and I got to hang out backstage and shit with but I remember Anders Frieden, the lead singer in Flames, was standing right next to me, and he was talking to this girl, and he was saying they were talking about wine or something because he drinks. He's like a big wine connoisseur or something, and they were saying something about wine or drinking, and he's like, talking to this girl, he's like, honey, you hadn't been around, in his Swedish accent, and I remember him saying that, but I was too afraid to meet him or something, and it was supposed to be, because As I Lay Dying used to be, they were originally signed by Pluto Records, and I got hooked up in college with this guy, this other director. His name was DJ Juiced. I might have screwed up his name, I don't know, Joust or Juiced. And he worked for punkrockvids.com, and so I got to shoot As I Lay Dying, and he knew the owner of Pluto Records, the owner of Pluto Records was still cool with As I Lay Dying and stuff. So that film in Houston, we got to shoot that and everything. And I'm trying to remember where I'm trying to go with this. Trivium was also played Sounds of the Underground 2006. I'm in one of their music video. I'll just say that I don't know them, but to the summer 2005, I drove all the way with two guys from Houston that I hung out with back in the day when I was still living in Houston, going to college over there. We drove all the way to Florida to be in Trivium's music video for A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation. And I'm in there on a couple of insert shots, like as an extra and stuff. I have it on my website, on my short film section. Like I got my extra game up, like saying, oh, I've been in this, as in the background or whatever, just trying to get acting jobs or whatever, if that would help. But it really hasn't. So yeah, I guess I'm not that good of an actor. But going back to the original question about the biggest, person that I filmed or whatever, it'd definitely be As Lay Dying. I filmed that was more like an official kind of shoot that I got hired for or whatever, because I got hooked up with those guys from Pluto Records and Punk Rock Vids. Well, there was, and also I did get paid for filming for Punk Rock Vids. We filmed this band called Alisana in San Antonio, and I think it was December of 2006. I have that on. I have the link to those couple of those songs on my website, in my music video section on my website, FlatoniaMJL.com. That's another plug. But I don't know. As far as on that channel goes, I filmed Jeffree Star. But I don't know Jeffree Star, and I didn't get hired by anybody. You went to that show. It was Jeffree Star, Broken Side, Blood on the Dance Floor, and I think this band called Stereos. And they played, and we went. It was me, you, Nicole, and Vincent, and we went to that show. And I just wanted to film Broken Side. I kind of wanted to, back in the day when they were kind of know, or I guess they were hot back then. How they say in music, oh, they're hot right now. They're hot right now. I was like, damn, man, I want to work with Broken Side. I remember messaging them on MySpace or whatever, just trying to show them my work and shit. I think I gave their merch guy my card. I gave them an MJL5 one time or whatever. And I just was going there to film Broken Side. But then Jeffree Star, before he went on, he was at his merch table, whatever, and all the kids are surrounding him and having filming him and taking pictures and shit. And Vincent went up to him and I guess whispered something in his ear. He told him something, and he's like, "Yeah, come here." So I went up to Jeffree Star, and I was so starstruck. I was like, "Oh, so how's LA? I want to move there one day or something." I don't know what I told him, but I asked him, "Is it cool if I film your set?" Because I had my big 3-chip Panasonic camera, and I was like, he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So that actually has the most hits on that channel. It's he has 9,000 views with 100 likes, and that was just going to that show, just to film Broken Side and Jeffree Star. I didn't go there to film Jeffree Star. I was just going to film Broken Side. But
right.
Yeah, but it got a lot of views. So yeah, what's the next question? I don't know where else to go with this. I could talk. This could be a 3-hour podcast. I could talk about so much shit. So yeah.
So back to Minor Jackass League.
Yeah, that's the main reason for this podcast. He hasn't even asked that yet. So yeah,
I'm just kind of
he's kind of beating around the bush before we get before we get into the real shit.
Yeah. So Minor Jackass League. Where did that name come from? I mean, obviously Jackass, but
yeah.
Who came up with the MJL name?
Basically, okay, like I said, we had the pact when Cody first got his camcorder, and that was June of 2000. Well, Jackass came out on TV on MTV in the fall of 2000, and I've looked it up on Wikipedia. The first episode aired, I think, October 1st of 2000. So we had already filmed the pack back 3 months later, or 4 months before that. And I remember I saw the first episode on Jackass on MTV, and I was just blown away. I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. 2000, that was some cutting edge shit, And I remember I called Cody. I was like, dog, I just saw this show on MTV. You got to see it, man. We got to film videos like this, And I was just like a spark, that just ignited in me. And I remember Cody came over, and I would record the episodes. This is before we had DVR. I was recording the episodes on VCR tapes on my dad's VCR back in the day, and I would show. And then Cody would come over and we'd watch them or whatever. I remember we even took him to school one time. Our Spanish teacher let us watch Jackass episodes in school whenever we didn't have any work to do. But that's another story. That's another story. But so yeah, so basically we see Jackass and. I guess the first season aired it was airing the month of October or whatever, and I still I have a shirt that has the date on it when we filmed our first quote unquote stunts, or when we were going to make actual Jackass videos, and it was November 11th of 2000, and it was me, Jericho, Seth, and Cody, and so yeah, so basically was and we were all at Seth's house, and we're like, we're going to film some Jackass stuff tonight, you know. And I don't think like Jericho or anybody like had talked about it what to call him. I think it was just Jericho saying off the top of his head. We all like took Cody put I guess a timer, or he hit record. We had his camcorder set up like on a box in Seth's garage, and we were all like in front of the camera. And Cody hits record, and he runs like, you know, gets in the shot. And Jericho just said, "We're the minor Jackass League, you know, and we're gonna do stunts or whatever." And that was it. And so basically, and this is before I had gotten a computer. I remember January of 2002, or I guess maybe Christmas of 2001. But I remember in January 2002, we got a new computer, and my dad had gotten a new computer with a DVD burner. And I was like, "Holy shit, we got a DVD burner!" I'm like. And like, I guess me and Cody or whoever was like kind of talking about it. I was like, man, we should make DVDs of our videos. Because before we got that computer in 2002, that whole year and a half from June of 2000 to January 2002, we were filming stuff. But we were just filming stuff, and then I would just capture it from the camcorder to a VCR tape and just have it as like for home videos. And so we didn't really think of like it would come to anything. We were just having like, you know, and we would always film stuff, and I would capture it to the VCRs and like, yeah, man, let's watch what we did the other day or last week or last month or whatever. So then, yeah, once my dad got the computer with a DVD burner, and like it came with like editing software too. Oh, dog, that's when I started editing. Was I guess January 2002, and that would have been my sophomore year. So yeah, I've been editing ever since. And so yeah, that was pretty much like the birth of that, really. And yeah, we started making DVDs throughout high school, and we sold them, and we ended up making enough money, like which wasn't much, but we made enough money to buy like this junk car that I think it was. I remember. I don't know if they'll hear this, but Al and Kenny, shout out to y'all because y'all are the ones that hooked us up. That we bought the green machine from is what we called it. It was like I don't even know what you've seen it though, the video of the green machine.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of car it was.
I don't remember, but yeah, I'm not good with cars. But yeah, we just called it the green machine, and we just kind of like drove it like in town or whatever, and then we took it out to Jericho's dad's house, and like he had like a wooded area, you know, because Dennis owns all that land back there, and we just drove it through trees and shit, like just fucking it up and shit. So we called it basically the green machine. It was like a fuck up car, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, what else do you want me to talk about?
How many?
And we still haven't mentioned what the main clip, the clip of why this podcast is even happening.
How many? I guess videos or DVDs did y'all come out with?
Oh, we came out with 5.
5.
It was 4 in high school, and then I made part 5 my freshman year of college, and that was I knew like. You know, going to college, we all get separated and we all grow apart and everything. So I knew, like, I wanted to do a part 5 where it'll be like the best of, but plus some of the new stuff that I had filmed in college and stuff. And the most famous clip from that it's on like a YouTube compilation video of just like dumb stuff and like has fails or whatever, is the backflip off of Seth's roof, and that was like I think January 2005, and. The day after I got my heart broken. That's another story, though. So some little fully break your heart? No, I was a girl. But yeah. So basically, yeah, that has a lot of views on that. It's like maybe like 400 or 5,000 views on that one little video. But I mean, and it has like FlatoniaMJL.com at the bottom. But I don't know who sees that to actually go to that or whatever. That clip is so old. But that was like one new thing that we had filmed while I was in college, and. It's a whole lot of it's basically the best of like CKY had the latest and greatest, and we have MJL5 new and old shit. So that's pretty much it. And with the clip that we still haven't talked about yet, we try to resurrect MJL to make it MJL6, but it still hasn't came out yet. So
how long has MJL6 been in the works?
Over 10 years, probably. Yeah, 2009. Yeah.
How much footage like right now? If you wanted to come out with it, what would be the runtime?
Oh shit. Maybe not even 10 minutes.
Really?
In which that could be MJL 1 and 2K2 were just basically when I made those first 2 videos, I was thinking, okay, I don't want to make something really long. I just want to make it like, because back in high school I was real into music videos. And I just basically took all my favorite clips, the good clips, and put like songs that I like over it with no audio from the actual, you know, the videos. You know, it was just like a music video. So I said, okay, I'll just do like 2 songs. And that's why MJL 1's 8 minutes. And there's like a bonus video, Sleeping Shit, which is another 8 minutes. And it's just the clips, you know. And now as it's progressed, it's like, okay, I feel that people want to see like the actual, just the clip, you know, just with the audio and with no music or nothing, especially how YouTube is with like the music with copyright and stuff. It's just best just to upload just with the clip with no music, I guess, in my opinion. I don't know.
So MJL3 is...
Hold on, before we get to that, we still recording just to make sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. So yeah, MJL3 what?
MJL3 is the first like full length.
Yeah, because by then it was like we had so much footage and we were filming so much that it was like, okay, I'm gonna make something like 20 minutes long where it'll be not a full length film, but it's almost like an actual short film, like, you know how a legit like a what do you want to say, like a theatrical, or you know how in Hollywood you go and make a short film, it's like 20 minutes long, you know, it's not a full length feature film,
right.
You know. So I made like basically a short 20-minute film, but then we had the MJL documentary, and basically that's when I started thinking, okay, maybe we have all this good stuff that I want to hear people to hear the audio from, you know, just and not the music. So and it wasn't really a documentary; it was more of, and basically, you know, it was kind of like a knockoff from the CKY documentary. I wanted to do like all our Die Hard stuff, or that stuff that's not that good, but it's still good, you know, and.
For the diehard fans.
Oh, yeah. So it was a bonus video on the MJL3 DVD, and it was like it's like 44 minutes long, you know. It's almost like a video in itself.
Right.
So, yeah. And it's just no music. It's just basically the clips, and it's in chronological order from the beginning of MJL, even pre-MJL when we were just filming before we had our, you know, did the stunts and stuff. And it's up into, I think, it would be the MJL3. It's basically stuff from before, and then like the timeline of MJL1 and MJL2K2, and then it stopped at MJL3 or whatever. So yeah,
right. So your most famous clip.
Here we go. That everybody loves to hate.
I think the one question that everybody wants an answer to is, what were you thinking?
No, we'll tell them what the clip is first.
Well, everybody might know what the clip is, but the clip is. This guy tried to do a front flip off of a roof into a trash can. And
a heavy-duty garbage can.
Yeah, not like a little trash bin. This is like, you know, the one you put out by the side of the road for the trash guys to...
That the city gives you.
Yes.
It's not that you just go buy from Walmart.
Yeah. So, what were you thinking?
We were filming for MJL 6, and I just woke up one day, I was laying in bed, and I was like, you know, what's never been done before is trying to like jump into that's never been done before, is to jump into a trash can off the roof. But I wanted to do a flip in it, and I did a flip before off my roof for MJL 4. Like I was kind of like, I was also into like I don't want to say I was into parkour, because that was kind of before parkour was going on, or at least that I didn't know about, you know, because with online now you can, you know, everything is discoverable online, you know, like it's more known, I guess. But I mean, I guess more of my influence was from wrestling. And I had done like flips off a roof, like you'll see like MJL documentary or 1 or 2 or whatever. It's like doing swanton. Shout out to Jeff Hardy, hit me up. You know, I'm a diehard Jeff Hardy fan too, Hardy Boys from WWE. But I was wanting to do swantons off like the roof, off the roof into cardboard boxes. And I'm trying to think. I did a swanton off the roof into a kiddie pool. And so I've done you know, flips like that where you just kind of land on your back. And we also too. We used to have some mattresses outside in our backyard, and my dad and Kelly hated those mattresses because we got this. I know I'm getting off subject. I will we'll come back to the trash can clip, but I just wanted to say this, that we got. I think it was from Seth's house. They had cleaned out Seth's garage because they had like so much like this hoarder kind of stuff, you know, just saved from like back in the day, and they finally cleaned out their garage for like spring cleaning one year. And they had like 4 mattresses, and so I was like, man, we need to take those mattresses and take them to my house. That way we can have we do like wrestling moves or whatever in my backyard. So I remember we set up, and that's in like the MJL1 DVD on these videos called Cool Sounds. That was another thing with you know, with the sound without music. We had this thing where like a bunch of our clips had like we would say oh shit in them a lot, you know. So I used that in those Cool Sound videos, or part 1 I should say. But I'm getting off subject. But the mattresses, we were doing wrestling moves on there, and I was jumping off the roof and doing swantons off my roof into the mattress, just landing on my back. But for MJL4, I wanted to do a flip with no mattresses, no padding, and just land on my feet and roll away like a parkour, guy would do. And I did that, and I was thinking, and whenever it came to do the trash can clip, that was 2009, or no, it was 2000. I remember you posted it on your Facebook. It was March of 2010 when it happened. Because I remember we went to like the bowling alley like a week later, and like I forgot who was telling me like, oh yeah, I heard you hurt yourself again doing stunts or whatever. I was like, yeah, Jonathan posted it. You must have saw the post on Facebook. He's like, yeah, I saw that. So anyway, it was March of 2010, so we were filming for MJL6, and I'm thinking, okay, no one's ever done a flip off a roof and try to land into a trash can, because we've had trash can clips before. That was Jericho's. That was one of our like signature stunts that Jericho did the first night we did stunts, and he was like, we called it trash can bowling. So I was like, okay, we got trash can clips, and I know I can do a flip off a roof and land on my feet, and so I'm gonna try to land into a trash can and do it. And that was my mindset, And I know people are like, you're fucking crazy for doing something like that. Well, I mean, I've done stunts before, and I knew I could do it. At least I thought I knew I could do it, So I'll admit this. Whenever I got on the roof and we set the trash can up, I looked down. I was like, holy shit, this is a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be. But for some reason, in the back of my head, I knew I had to do it. And I guess that's anybody that, makes the stunt videos or Daredevils or whatever. I guess they understand that mindset is like, I know I got to do this, So I remember I don't know if you remember, but we were recording, and I just set my camera on a tripod and we just hit record. I think I got up on the roof and back down like 5 or 6 times. So I got up there and I was like, I can't do it. I got back down and I went back up. I was like, I can't do it. I got back down. And then I remember like that 6th or 7th time I got on the roof, I was like, okay, I'm just going to walk up to the edge and flip, and whatever happens, happens. So I did that, and I missed, and my butt hit like the further end of it, and it like threw my head back, and I hit the back of my head on like the edge of the trash can, and it knocked me out. And when I landed on the ground, you can tell that I landed straight on my shoulder, and it's just dead weight. And so when I woke up, and I was all like dazed, and you can hear me on the tape, on the video, I'm like, did you get that on tape? And you're like, yeah, we were filming, yeah. But I didn't know, I was seeing stars, man. I didn't know what happened. And when I came to, I was like, oh shit, dog, I think I just broke my fucking collarbone, because I had a big knot on my shoulder, and I really couldn't move my arm, and I thought I had broken my collarbone. I was like, dog, you got to. Jonathan was the dude, the guy that's doing this interview. He's in that video too. He's the one that had to take me to the hospital and was broadcasting it on his laptop. That's why he has a computer laptop when he walks into the video.
See, so people don't know that we're related. We're cousins. What are we?
Second cousins.
Second cousins.
Yeah.
So the reason I had my laptop is because I was Skyping a buddy of mine. I was like, man, Dustin's about to jump off the roof and try to land into the trash, and you gotta watch this. So I guess I was too far away from the Wi-Fi router, so it was like all choppy. So I have the webcam facing towards Dustin, and I'm looking at the video, trying to paying attention, be like, man, this is messing up. And I didn't know he was gonna jump. So I look up at him, and as soon as I look up, he's mid-air, flipping mid-air. I had no idea he was jumping, and after that, like, it kind of took me in shock. That's why I was like, are you all right? Like, I didn't know what else to say. It happened like that, and then I had to get off the computer, and because I knew you were fucked up.
Yeah. Because I remember that's why I knew it had knocked me out, because when I watched the tape back, I was like, I didn't remember laying on the ground that long. I just kind of like flipped, and then all of a sudden, okay, I'm popping back up, but I was all dazed and stuff. I knew I'd fucked myself up.
That whole video is on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Okay. Jukin Video bought the rights to it. I sold it to Jukin Video, and I sent them like the whole 3-minute clip of like, of after, like what happens after, because on on my main YouTube channel, I just have like a 30-second clip of me flipping, missing, and then Jonathan comes in the camera and says, hey, you all right? And then Jonathan's laughing, and then it just cuts out. But there's a whole like other 3 minutes of like you coming
when
up.
I got
when
the
you got the camera and came up to me, and you're talking to me and stuff. And I hadn't mentioned this, but my nose was bleeding too, and that still to this day kind of scares me because I didn't, when we went to the emergency room, I didn't tell them I hit my head hard. I just told them I think I broke my collarbone, which it wasn't. It was actually a 3rd-degree separated shoulder, like the worst kind of separated shoulder you can have. And I was in a sling for like 2 weeks. It was a pain in the ass trying to take a shower with that damn fucked up shoulder or whatever. So yeah, but what were we talking about before that? And I just lost my train of thought. First brain fart of the podcast.
Yeah, you're just talking about why.
Yeah.
But you just said you had to do it.
Yeah, I had to do it, and so I'm seeing my I guess back to my nose bleeding though. It's like I guess maybe I popped a blood vessel in my nose that it hit my head so damn hard. I don't know. But yeah, I was talking about the 3-minute clip. It's on Jukin Video's YouTube channel. I think it only has like 1,000 views though. But it's the whole 3 minutes of Jonathan grabbing the camera and coming up to me and trying to like talk to me after I got knocked out and everything. But I will say this though, there is one clip that I'm not. There's a clip before I even jump that I kind of say something into the camera, and just in case if MJL6 ever comes out, I'm going to use that me talking into the camera before I actually flip off the roof and land or try to land in the trash can. But I don't want to say it on the podcast. I don't want to give it away in case MJL6 would ever come out, which I'm still hoping. But at the same time, I'm fucking old.
Wait,
now.
do I know about this?
Probably not. I'd have to show it to you on the computer.
Okay.
But it's like a clip. It's nothing really special. I say like a little. I say a line into the camera right before I jump.
You got some hidden tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah. I never released that.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, yeah. So is that it, or we gonna keep talking, or what?
No, yeah, we can keep on going.
What are we at right now?
We're at the 31-minute mark.
45
seconds.
Okay, all right. Maybe we can go for about another 15 minutes, maybe like 45 minutes. Well, unless that's it, or.
But yeah,
you want to talk about any of my other YouTube channels? Or,
the clip's been on TV and etc. Right?
I hope I can at least hear me. I'm not really talking into the mic. Yeah, I'm just kind of just having the mic next to me.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
So the clip's been on TV, right?
Yeah, it's been on a few TV channels. All right, Chuck. A few TV shows. Ridiculousness, Tosh.0, a couple of shows on True TV, ABC Family, show on Fox, and that's all I really remember. Oh, and then G4, a show on G4. I don't even know if there's still a channel or not. Actually.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Trying to think what else.
You said Tosh?
Yeah, I said Tosh. I think that's all. I got all the TV shows, but then it's also it's sold to like a bunch of like just online like websites. I remember RuTube hit me up. Oh, and RuTube. I have an IMDb. I'm a big actor, big time actor or profile. I have my one credit on IMDb. I don't know who put this out there or who made it or whatever. I don't even know how you get on IMDb, but yeah, it's from RuTube because RuTube is a show out in the UK. I guess it's like I think it's a website or it might be a show. I don't know, but that's the one accreditation I have on IMDb is from RuTube. So
your name is on IMDb.
Yeah, you look me up on IMDb.
You can search you.
Yeah, search me on IMDb, Dustin Cardenas, and that one credit will come up.
They need to add on there a guy that did the trash can front flip-flop roof and the trash can fail.
Well, that's what it is.
But does it say that, or does it
it says like TV spot or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what it's for. But yeah, then just recently you seen it on Facebook that it got picked up by a commercial for, what is it, Credit Karma?
Credit Karma, yeah. It says accuracy matters. Like it
shows. No. It was it's Credit Karma Tax.
No, it's Credit Karma.
I thought that's tax, right? For your taxes, right? It was something for the taxes.
Well, just check your credit.
I thought it was for the taxes. Like Credit Karma is something completely different, though. I don't know, but
I thought it was just Credit Karma. So it shows him missing the flip into the roof into the off the roof into the trash can. It shows him missing, and then it pops up on the screen. Accuracy matters.
Yeah. I think it has to do. I think it had to do with the taxes, but I don't remember. Oh, and then it also got shown on what's the Trevor Noah? He replaced Jon Stewart on the Daily Show. It was shown on the Daily Show like about 2 years ago.
Oh, see, I don't remember you telling me about that.
I saw it, but I didn't get I don't watch that show, so like, I didn't, because usually if it gets a TV spot, I'll record it on a DVD and then rip it on my computer and then I'll upload it to my Vimeo. I like to have like all my TV spots like on Vimeo or whatever. I had the YouTube, or not the YouTube, the Tosh.0 TV spot. I had it on my YouTube on, I guess, the Flatonia MJL one whenever it first aired. But it got rejected. It maybe got like 700 or 800 views, and then it got rejected from YouTube. I said, well, I guess I'll just put it on Vimeo, because I really like. Shout out to Vimeo, because I know they're not as known as YouTube. They're more for like filmmakers and businesses, but they're a lot more lenient when it comes to music that you can use, and those TV spots and stuff. You know, it's because it's like they don't go by ads, because their free account isn't the greatest, because you can only upload 500 megabytes a week, and you can only upload to 5 gigs on your account on Vimeo. But if you get like a Plus or Pro account, you can upload more, you know. So yeah, I hope Vimeo never goes away, or, you know, lasts for a while, because I really like this. It's their like the best YouTube alternative that there is right now, that I think.
So YouTube took the video down for copyright purposes.
Yeah, it just got rejected, I guess. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get. I could have probably got a copyright strike, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's also on Break.com.
I don't even think Break still has their YouTube channel, but I don't think they see, whenever they bought a couple of my other clips too, and that was whenever you could still upload to their website, and they were kind of like YouTube. You know, they had their own upload system and everything like that, but they kind of fell off, I think, like, because they changed from Break to like Defy Media. Like whenever they buy clips, they changed their name, and I don't know. I think they kind of, I don't know if they fell off or whatever. I don't know.
The last time you checked on Break, how many views did that clip have?
Yeah, it was on Break by itself. It had 1 million views, and on the Facebook, the Credit Tax or Karma clip too, that had 1 million views on YouTube too. So yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I wish I could get 1 million views on YouTube, but I think. Last time I checked, the trash can clip on my main channel has like 80,000 views. Yeah. So yeah, like 300 likes. Just saying. Yeah. That's it. I'm just saying. You know, only 300.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Don't really.
Dog, I could talk about fucking shit all day. I've been doing videos for fucking. I'm trying to think. Next year. Yeah, it'll be 20 years. I'll say this: if Cody or Jericho or Seth or anybody from the videos listens to this and makes it this far through it, I'll talk a little bit into the mic a little bit. I think for like I remember I hung out with Jericho. It was the summer of 2013. I went on like a little tour of skate parks here in Texas to try to promote to promote the videos. I did this last or in October. I have a portable DVD player, and I have a DVD with our trailers on it, and a couple
portable
of
DVD player in 2019.
yeah. And I went to California too, and I brought my portable DVD player. And I remember this one kid told me, he's like, "Damn, this is a portable DVD player. I haven't seen one of these in years." And then when we went this past year to Vegas and we drove to LA, like this one kid at the Venice skate park was like, "What kind of computer is that?" But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, I was just going and promoting. I wanted to go to skate parks. I figured, you know, these videos are kind of targeted towards skaters and, you know, stuff like that, because there's skating in them and everything like that. Me and Jimmy would that was my skate buddy, and in the MJL videos with Jimmy, we would always skate or whatever. And hold on, my ass is going numb. My butt cheek. Oh shit! I gotta rearrange. I'm sitting on like my, what do you call this, the arm of my couch right now.
Yeah, we're in the big old studio now. We're sitting in DC's living room.
Yeah.
Or den.
At my computer.
Yeah, at your little editing hub.
Yeah. So yeah, basically I took portable DVD player with the DVD of our trailers and some of the TV spots, and I was just kind of showing some of the kids and some of the guys and skaters and bikers or whatever, BMXers, and just trying to promote my videos. And I had cards. If they didn't want a DVD, I was just handing out DVDs. If they didn't want a DVD, I'd give them a card, you know, check out our stuff online. And, yeah, another brain fart. What was the point of this? I get so off track sometimes. I'll start talking about something.
You were just saying that you went around Texas as a little tour.
Oh, but the point was, because I hung out with Jericho, and that was 2013 when I went on this little tour and promoted our videos. And me and Jericho were kind of talking about it, and we're like, man, yeah, like 2015. Like it's coming up like 15 years since 2000 since we started doing these videos. And I was thinking, you know, like you've seen the original when the first night we did our stunt videos with me, Jericho, Seth, and Cody.
Right.
We say we're the minor jackass league or whatever. I have a blog about it on the website. But we were thinking, yeah, for the 15th year, we should do like a time capsule photo, like take that same, take that same kind of frame or that photo or that video of us like older now, you know?
Yeah.
And it's coming up next year, it'll be 20 years.
So y'all never did the 15 year?
No, we never got together and did like the little time capsule video. So if any of y'all hear this, Seth, Cody, or Jericho, you know, before November of 2020, then if y'all want to try to get together and, you know, do this little time capsule video, like, you know, like do like the same in the same order, standing in the same, and I have like a scooter that's in front of me or something. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be 20 years. So if y'all want to do something to get together and do like a time capsule video and then post it online, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, you got about a year to get all of them notified about it. It's December 2019 right now.
Yeah, 11 months.
So yeah, is there I know you said you could talk all day, all night.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, like I said, yeah, that's what was the start of that story. But yeah, been filming since 2000 and just doing videos. Like now, we don't really do the stunts and stuff anymore. It's just mainly I've tried to embark on a music career for the past five and a half years now. I started in 2014.
It's been that long?
Yeah, that's when I bought some beats. You know, I've had this idea to try to do music since like 2008. And I wanted to try to start a band, but I don't know how to play any instruments. So I said, okay, I'll do the vocals. You know, I can write, you know, but I didn't know anybody that could play guitar or drums or nothing like that. So then 2014 comes around and I'm driving to Victoria to go get a tattoo, and it was a tattoo of an Anarchy sign on my shoulder. And driving there, I'm listening to music, and I was like, I have got to try to do some music. Like I have to at least try to do something. I've thought about it for so long. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to rap, because that's the only thing. I don't know how to play instruments, but I could try to learn how to write over a beat, you know? And that's when I called you. I remember I was in Best Buy and I called you. I was like, Jonathan, I'm dead serious right now. I want to buy some of Adrian's beats and I'm going to try to rap. My rap name is Stop the MC, and I'm actually on my last run. I'm doing 12 music videos. I released a full-length album, an EP, and a new single in the past 2 months. And I'm going to do 12 videos to some of the songs off those 3 releases. And that's it. That's going to be like, I just want to call it quits as doing like independent releases. Because if I would start getting like some traction, like online, like some views and kind of like a following, or if a label would see me and want to sign me and like, okay, we're going to sign you to do a record. We want to make a record with you. Then I would, you know, do more music. But I'm doing videos by myself and just doing that. I've been doing it for the past 5.5 years now, and nothing's really coming of it. And I've gotten like some hate from it and like saying it sucks and shit. So I was just like, well, I'm not, but I enjoy doing it though. If I would get an opportunity to actually, and especially if I could get on tour, because I'm just uploading these videos, and I've looked online on other YouTube channels. Like I'm subscribed to this one person that's kind of like he talks about like genres. I'll say what the YouTube channel is, the Punk Rock MBA. I'm subscribed to this guy. I think his name is God damn, I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, regardless, he has a lot of good advice about music industry, and he talks about genres and stuff like that. But I don't promote my music. That's where really he says you got to put as much time as you put into making it as you do promoting it. As much time as promoting it as you do making it and creating it, you know. And I'm not that kind of person that wants to like put music in someone's face and be like, hey, listen to this, you know. I'm more confident in my MJL videos that I'll go up to like some kids, like, hey, y'all want to check out some trailers to like some CKY Jackass kind of stuff, some stunts and pranks. My music, I'm not that confident about, is where I want to put it in somebody's face and be like, here, listen to this. Because to me, I like discovering music on my own. When someone tells me like, hey man, you need to listen to this song, you'll really like it, then, you know, it's always harder to force some music onto somebody. And you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with my music, I don't really want to put it in somebody's face. I would rather let them discover it on their own. But just sitting on YouTube is not like, they're not just going to find me out of nowhere, you know?
Right, because you don't have Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, I'm completely against social media. I'll say that right now. And I have 4 YouTube channels, a Vimeo, a Bandcamp, and a website. And I know that doesn't work anymore because everybody's on fucking social media, but I don't like any of that shit, and I don't want to get on it. It's just, man, this is going to go on a rant. I'm about to go on a fucking social media rant right now. I just don't want to get on it. Like, I feel, honestly, I'll feel like a tool if I would get on Instagram and Twitter and start doing all that stuff. Because it's not me. I don't want to do it. But at the same time, no one's going to find out my shit just by going to my website or discovering me on YouTube. But at the same time, people that just post on YouTube and don't have other social media accounts are fucking huge on social media. I mean, on YouTube. That I don't know if he has any other social media accounts, but there's this weed tuber, Custom Grow 420. He has like 1.7 million subscribers, and he just posts videos to YouTube. He doesn't have any links to any other social media accounts or nothing like that. So I know it's possible just to post to YouTube and it gets seen, but I don't know. So irregardless, I've been doing music for the 5 years. It's not really going anywhere. I'm doing one more music video run, and if nothing comes from it, nothing comes from it. I'll be set in stone. But what I was kind of talking about, saying if I could get on tour and actually like meet people in person, because that's what I like doing, is meeting people in person, not trying to social network on a fucking computer or phone or whatever. I feel like, if I would be on, if someone, just theoretically, let's just say Broken Side goes on tour and says, hey man, they found me on YouTube and they found out my music, and they message me, say, hey, we want to take you, would you be interested in going on tour with us? I mean, as a supporting act, I'll be like, fuck yeah, I want to go on tour, because I want to travel, and because music can take you fucking all over the world, and I mean, that's kind of the goal that I have, is going on tour, and then try to get a fan base like that, live shows. Like, I'll go on first. There might be 10 people in the audience, like opening act. Nobody will be there. A couple people, but you never know who works at like the venues. They might hear and have some connections, or whatever else. Because I'm fucking 33 years old right now. It's it's gonna come to a point where if I'm like 40 and still trying to do this shit, it's gonna be kind of creepy. So it has to. But see, and that's the thing, is because if I was younger, like 20 years old and doing music, maybe I would be on social media trying to do it like that and everything like that. But that wasn't my generation, Like, I'm fucking older now, and I don't know. I'm too punk rock for that shit, man. I know. Just something in me, like, I didn't even want to get on MySpace. Like, when I was like in college, I was like, man, I don't want to get on this shit, because I never really liked the whole internet kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. But I got on MySpace, and then MySpace fell off. And then I didn't never really like Facebook. I just deleted my Facebook like 2 months ago. And I can't get it back because it's permanently deleted, unless if I start it from scratch. What time are we at right now?
47 minutes. 48 minutes.
All right, we'll go to an hour.
It's all good.
Okay.
I was going to ask you, so...
My ass is numb. Fuck. I'm going to sit on this pillow. Hold up. I'm getting up. You probably can barely hear me right now. Oh, shit. All right, what were you going to say?
So you don't drink... Are you straight edge, or what's up with that?
Okay, I guess you can call me straight edge if you want to call me that, but I used to smoke weed and I used to drink occasionally. I was never a big drinker. I've never drank beer. I've always hated beer. I would drink like Smirnoff, you call me a bitch, you drinking that bitch beer. Be a man, drink a beer. But I would only drink, and I would make mixed drinks like vodka and fruit punch or whatever the fuck, you mix vodka with. It was vodka and Red Bulls for me when I was drinking. But that was only like once every 2 or 3 months. But weed was like almost everyday thing. I was a big stoner. But I quit actually, this month is actually 7 years exactly since I quit smoking weed. And I quit drinking 2 months before that. So October was 7 years for that. But yeah, my party days are behind me. Like, I don't want to do that. It's just not me, Like, I didn't want to be a skeevy stoner the rest of my life, Like, I know people are going to hate on me for that. Like, well, weed ain't even that bad, like the people that enjoy doing it, then that's more power to you, but it's just not for me anymore. But yeah, if you want to, I don't consider myself straight edge, because when someone says they're straight edge, I feel like they're saying that they're against it. That's like their cause against drinking and smoking or all that. I'm not against it. If you want to party, and I still hang out with people that party, you know, but I just don't do it, you know. But
so you still go to the parties?
Yeah, hell yeah, I still like going to parties, but I don't want to fucking drink or smoke at them. That's my choice, you know. You can't. I'm not 13 anymore where I'm going to get peer pressured into drinking or smoking, you know. I'm 33 years old. Fuck, I don't.
Yeah, I've almost got you a few times.
Oh yeah, bullshit. So yeah, basically, I mean, I don't care. Yeah, like you can do whatever, but like I said, that the whole straight edge thing is, I don't like considering. I guess yeah, I am straight edge now because I quit doing it. I'm sober now, or you'd say that now or whatever. But I don't like being called straight edge because I feel that's like their cause against it, but I'm not against it. So yeah.
So it's just basically those days are behind you.
Yeah. I just don't want to do it anymore.
You don't get the thrill of drinking anymore.
Yeah. I never had the thrill of drinking, especially when the hangover the next day, you know.
Yeah.
Weed is a completely different story. You could smoke all you want and then it don't matter. Yeah. You wake up the next day. The only thing about weed with me, it got real bad where it was like in high school, it was like almost like a weekend thing. Me and Justin was another guy that was in our videos. He came in kind of later in the later videos. We antiqued him one time. He got real pissed off. But but he was saying, you know, we were weekend warriors because we would only smoke on the weekends, you know. And I forgot where I was going with this. God damn it.
You're on the spot.
I know. Hold on, let me think. Oh, well, yeah, with weed, like, you know, you can smoke as much as you want or whatever, and the next day you're fine, you know, you don't wake up with a hangover. But, what I was saying, my later years, it was coming almost like an everyday thing. And you can overdo it with weed where like you smoke so much or you take edibles or whatever. The way I can consider, what I say is you get zombified, you know, where it's just like you're just like in a daze the whole time, you know, and that's what it was kind of getting. And I didn't really like that. And like I would take breaks, like not smoke for like 2 weeks and then start back up again, and it'd be the same shit, you know. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. So yeah, like I said, this month is exactly 7 years since I quit. So, but I say also another reason why I got quit though is because it's still illegal here in Texas, and my friend got busted with it and he got put on probation for it the same month that I quit, and I was like, man, it's not fucking worth it. I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. I never that's the biggest fear I always had smoking in high school. I was like, oh my god, if I get caught with this shit, my dad will kill me, and like I never wanted to get in trouble with it, and luckily I never did get caught. Well, except I'll tell this story. This one time, we were smoking weed at the spot in my Blazer, and I guess Alex had called, like he was somewhere in town and he didn't know where we were. He wanted to come hang out, and we were smoking at the spot. And I don't know how he found out where we were. You know where the spot is, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about?
Yeah.
Where that bus used to be.
Yeah.
And a car, and like, you know, you drive in there and you turn off all your lights and you're smoking, and you're like, you know, and no one knows you're in there, but a car pulled in behind us with his headlights on, and I'm just like, my heart dropped. I was like, oh shit, it's a cop. I know it's a cop. We're fucking busted. I almost wanted to cry because I thought I was going to get busted, and it's fucking Alex. I wonder if he listens to this. I wonder if he still remembers that or not. Because yeah, he pulled up behind. I guess he called like Jericho or somebody and said, hey, they're at the spot smoking. He wanted to come to the spot and smoke with us. So yeah, like,
did he scare y'all intentionally, or was he just
so? I think so. He's like, I bet. I want to say I remember him saying like, yeah, I knew I was going to scare the shit out of y'all. They'll probably think that I was a cop, and I thought it was, man. I was like, oh man, we're fucking busted, and like, you know, it wouldn't have been, you know, probably probation or whatever, but like, that's another thing with those stunt videos and stuff. I was never a person that liked doing stuff like where I would get in trouble with the cops. I liked like the stunts, like a Daredevil kind of thing, like flips off the roof or a shopping cart or a big wheels, and then like, you know, pranking people while they're sleeping and stuff. That's what I like doing. But when it came to like, you know, you said you like doing like the public kind of pranks and stuff, like going into Walmart and start kind of like working out there with the dumbbells and shit. I get you had. That's not really my thing. I don't really like getting like the attention drawn to me where like a cop would get involved and shit, you know?
Yeah. See, I would say I wouldn't like that anymore nowadays, just because some people like that, they take it too far, like public videos, like messing with people, and then all they have is the excuse is it's just a prank, like, man,
so you're gonna get your ass shot doing some shit like that.
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
It up.
So but yeah, so what else you got?
Oh man,
Is that it? I got another question for you.
Yeah, you asked the question. I don't really have anything else for that.
So you said you basically grew up with CKY and Jackass.
Yeah, we said this on the test, but shout out Bam Margera and Villabalo Bemigroy. And I fucked that up this time. How does he talk? Bemigroy? I can't say it. I'm wearing my Heartogram beanie that I just got from, I don't know, it was Teespring. And I just got an email from Teespring saying Bam Margera collection as seen on Bam, like what Bam used to wear back in the day. And Teespring is like a spreadshirt or a cafe press. It's like you upload your own designs. So I looked at it and I was like, damn, is this Bam's people, or is this some random person that's stealing his designs and putting them on these merch and shit, you know? But I saw a couple things that I might want, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to get it right now. But then I got another email. They had 20% off. They had a deal going. So then I looked and they had added some stuff, and I saw two shirts that I wanted and a beanie. And it was this Heartogram beanie that I'm wearing right now, and a Heartogram shirt that Bam wore on the first episode of Viva La Bam, whenever they made the skate park, they turned his house into a skate park. It's a white T-shirt with like a blue triangle design on the side and like 2 Heartograms at the bottom. I've got that shirt, and then I bought a shirt that just has a shopping cart on it that says "Let's get muffed up," because that's like their signature stunts is like shopping carts.
Yeah. So you grew up watching Bam, watching Johnny Knoxville and them. And Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
So what was your reaction to Ryan Dunn's death? What was that?
You texted me that day, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to say I got all sad or whatever because I didn't know him, but I'm a fan, you know. And it's just like, you know, it sucks. Like, I'll say this: if Bam dies before my goal with like my videos and shit, I would want to get as known where I'm not looking to like become friends with them. I would just like to be recognized, be like, hey, they know of me. And at least maybe like if my music career would take off and I would be doing a show, maybe Bam would be cool enough to be like, yeah, I know him. He's good. Like I'll chill backstage with him one night, you know, just something like that where they recognize me. They know of me, you know?
So that's your main goal.
I'm not looking, you know, cause I'm not looking, like Bam and Tony Hawk became best friends, you know, cause Bam blew up. That's kind of the same kind of thing that Bam had when he was young. I've seen interviews. They said like he had a list where like he's like, I will drive a red Ferrari. I will become best friends with Tony Hawk. And he did become friends with Tony Hawk because his CKY videos blew up. And that's kind of the same thing I had with some of the Jackass guys too. It's like I'm not looking to become best friends with them, but it's at the same time I at least want them to like know of me and be known or whatever, you know.
Do you have a list?
I don't have a list, no. You just made the list. Little Chris Jericho AEW reference right there.
So, how did you take Bam's whole situation or whatever he was going through as well?
Man, I've gone through mental problems before, and I mean, you got to take it serious, man. I hope he gets better. I don't want anything bad to happen to him because it's like, you know, Elvis dying, you know, like, or John Lennon, like people like cry over that shit. Like if Bam would die before I would actually get to like actually kind of hang out with him, I guess, or just kind of him know of me or whatever, I don't know, I might cry, you know, I don't know. I don't want anything bad to happen to him, you know, but he just kind of has to listen to the doctors and just kind of, you know, they're there to help.
And he's working on it.
Yeah. I think the last I heard,
supposedly,
he's in a treatment center, I guess, in Huntington Beach, in California. The last I heard, I don't know. I hadn't looked at his Instagram in a while. I don't know. I was kind of following him on Instagram for a while, and just kind of seeing what he's posting.
Not following him, but you were looking.
I mean, I don't have an Instagram, so I would just kind of get curious. I'm gonna wonder what he posts on Instagram and just go to it. You know, I'm a stalker online. You know, I don't follow. I just like, I wonder what. I just get bored. I'm like, I'll just check, you know, random things and be like, okay, Bam Margera on Instagram.
Like with torrents, you're a leecher, not a seeder.
Yeah. Oh shit. So yeah, basically. Yeah, that's the whole goal, kind of. Like, I just wanted to be known by them and be recognized, kind of they know of me. And so be like, okay, you know, that's MJL, Flatonia MJL, you know. It'd be cool if they would know, like, the backstory or, like, the, going back to your question, yeah, like, I was 14 when Jackass aired, and I didn't know of CKY or nothing or Big Brother magazine or anything like that. I just remember seeing, like, they had their names on, like, you know, their stunts or whatever. They would say who it is or whatever. And Yeah, I just remember saw Bam Margera and doing the shopping carts, the first episode of Jackass, and I remember just getting online, Googling or Yahoo search engine, whatever the popular search engine was back then, and I just type in Bam Margera, and they would go to like his website, and you would see all these CKY 2K for sale, $20, directed by Bam Margera, and that's how I found out about him. And I remember I wanted them, but like I don't know if I didn't want to ask my dad for like to order them online for me or whatever. But I remember that's whenever FYE was still in business. If they still are, I don't know.
They're still in business.
Okay,
they're just not big.
Yeah, like they were in every mall. Like to go buy CDs and DVDs and VHS. But so I remember we went to Victoria Mall one time during that whole era, and I saw they had CKY 2K and FYE on VHS, and I was like, I got to get this, and I think my mom bought it for me.
You still have them?
What?
The VHS?
No,
tapes?
I don't want to say what happened because it's kind of somebody threw away when I moved to college. I left all my VHS tapes here at home, and they got thrown away whenever they remodeled the house. So if you're that certain someone that's listening to this, then they'll know. They threw away all my tapes without asking me. I was like, why would you throw away my tapes without asking me? So yeah.
And you went to college where?
U of H, University of Houston. I didn't finish though. I think about it some days. If I had the money, I would want to go back. So but that's the whole other story by itself.
What have you done? What kind of schooling did you do after that?
Well, after I went to went to the Austin School of Film. They had like a little. I figured I at least wanted to have something. If I would never go back to get like a bachelor's degree in media production, because that's what I was going to school for at U of H, then I would at least I looked online or whatever. I saw the Austin School of Film had like a 13-course digital video certificate kind of program. And I wanted to go. I'll do that, and just to get like a piece of paper that says, okay, this is what I do. So I got that. It's I'm looking at it right now. It's sitting on my wall, right next to the Eric Cartman South Park little picture poster I have with Man's Ruin. You said that was kind of a cholo kind of picture I got. It's like a hot woman in like a martini glass with a devil tail, and she's like on fire with a 8-ball, some dice, and 4 aces behind her.
I can't believe you have that up. And then right to the left of that
of that is my signed Steve-O poster when he does the 60-foot gainer off the bridge in Hollywood that I ordered off his website. Shout out to Steve-O if he ever. I'll say this. That's another thing. I've handed out. I went to Steve-O's comedy tour in Houston in 2012 before I actually released our Blu-ray. We have a Blu-ray on sale. FlatoniaMJL.BigCartel.com. It's all 5 of our DVDs on one Blu-ray disc, plus a special features section with music videos that I've done, short films, a commentary section, a live show that I filmed for At All Cost, some rarity videos, and the original MJL6 trailer, Could This Be the End? And before that was released, I went to Steve-O's comedy tour in Houston when he was in Houston, and I gave him one of our Blu-rays. And he looked at it. He looked at it. And he like looked on the back and looked at it. And he said, "Man, the only thing I got to say about this, if it could be shorter, it would be good, because on the front of it, I'd have nearly 7 hours of footage. So because with all the videos combined, it's like right at like 7 hours of video, that you have to watch." And I told him, I said, well, the 7 hours because each of these are a DVD. And so I gave Steve-O one of our Blu-rays in 2012. I remember going to see. I went to the Ryan Dunn, Don Vito rock tour in Houston when I was going to school at U of H in 2000. I think 4 or 5. They were at the Pink Monkey in Houston with Fight Paris and a couple other bands. I went to that, and that's the one interaction that I had with Ryan Dunn. I remember going up to. He was behind the bar, and I remember going up to him. I said, "Ryan Dunn," I said, "Tell Bam that I'm from Flatonia," or I said something about Flatonia, and I'm about to get to that after I explain this story. But that was the one, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I will," or he's like, "All right, cool," or something like that. But that was I shook his hand, and that was the one interaction that I had with Ryan Dunn. And then I guess it was Steve-O's old tour manager, Nick Dunlap. I gave him a DVD that had the MJL5 preview on it. And Jonathan's smiling because Nick Dunlap probably has a funny story on one of the Steve-O videos that he remembers that we always kind of talk and joke about.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah. Anyway, and I'm just trying to think of, and I remember 2009, CKY, the band, they were touring for their new album. They were in Houston, and then the next night they were in San Antonio. I went to both of those shows, and at the show in Houston, I gave Jess Margera MJL5, and then the show in, I think, San Antonio, I remember I didn't give a fuck back then, dog. Like, after the show, after they got done with their set, I ran to the back where the buses were, and I ran like up to Chad Ginsburg, and I said, Chad, and I was so nervous. I said, Chad, hey, Chad Ginsburg, here's our videos. This is my stunt videos. It's like a copycat kind of video, and he just kind of, I didn't want to say copycat video, because he kind of looked at it, and he's like, he smirked, So I remember I'm just kind of going over like all the videos that I've given to all like the CKY Jackass kind of guys. It was Steve-O, Nick Dunlap, Chad Ginsburg, and Jess Margera. And then I remember telling Jess Margera, I said, I can't wait to meet Bam one day. I'm a big fan. And I think I told him about Meemaw's Elvis collection, because Phil Margera, their dad, is a big Elvis fan. And I've always wanted to like meet Phil and tell him about Meemaw's Elvis collection. And that's why on Chris Rabb's podcast, I commented one time on one of his older episodes saying, hey, if you wouldn't mind checking out, I have an Elvis compilation video that my grandma had of her Elvis memorabilia collection. If you would tell Phil about that, that'd be tight, just so he would see it, see if Phil Margera would be impressed with that Elvis collection, because he's like a diehard Elvis fan too or whatever. But
I bet he called you the next day.
Oh, I know, yeah. I just get completely ignored by everybody. So yeah, basically, back to the Ryan Dunn story. Damn it, I lost my train of thought of what the hell I wanted to say about interacting with Ryan Dunn.
I'm from Flatonia.
Yeah. I'll say I met Bam back in 2014 at one of he was on tour with Fuckface Unstoppable, his band, and they were in Austin. And I bought a VIP ticket to make sure that I would, get in line to meet him after the show or whatever, which I didn't really like. Actually, I saw Bam on the street before the show, and I saw him, and he was taking a picture. It was like fate, like I just got there at the right time, and I saw him walking on the street, and he was taking a picture with this girl, and I got like in the back, not in the background of the picture, but behind the girl that was taking the picture. And I was like, what did I say? I go, scum fuck, I said that to him, and he just kind of smiled, and I started walking away, and I just thought real quick in my head, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this motherfucker my card. So I turned around and I was like, hey man, is it cool if I give you my card? And he was like, yeah, it's cool. And I said, yeah, this is when I still had my old card with my MySpace on it. I wish I could meet him again to give him my new card with my Halloween Heartogram logo and my YouTube and all that. And but I gave him my old card.
He'd probably be like, you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Yeah, if it was Villa Vallo, maybe. But so basically I gave him, I went up to him and I said, yeah, here's my card. I've had a clip on Ridiculousness and Tosh.0, and I got some trailers on my MySpace and stuff. And that was it. He didn't really say, I don't think he said anything. He just kind of walked off. And and then I said, you'll see me later because I have a VIP ticket, so you'll see me later in the line.
I'm sure he was probably like, great.
Oh, he's like, yeah, awesome, Dan. Fuck. This is Bam Margera, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. No, but so I met him in the VIP line or whatever, and ever since, I think it was like when my dad got that computer, like 2002. I don't know what my dad was looking online on the internet, but he found an article on Transworld Skateboarding or transworldskateboarding.com. It was an article from the Hookups Tour 1999, and it says it has all the list of all the people that were on that tour, and Brandon DiCamillo and Bam Margera were on that tour. And I'm reading the article, and my dad, because my dad showed us this, it was like me and Cody that he showed this to, and he's scrolling down, and it scrolls down and says Flatonia, Texas, and it has like about a 2-paragraph kind of article, and it's like a whole big ass article because it says like San Antonio and Austin and Houston, but then it says Flatonia, Texas, and it talks about them pulling into C&J's with a flat on their U-Haul and popping fireworks. And the cops come, or I guess somebody called the cops, and they get taken down to like the little precinct kind of building down there, and they get charged. They have to wake up the I guess the justice of the peace or whoever it was to write them like $180 ticket for you can't pop fireworks within like 500 feet of a gas station. And the way that the article described it was that they lit a fountain firework inside the van, and they all come out coughing. I thought about it. I was like, shit, that footage might be on CKY2K of them in Flatonia doing that, because that's that section on CKY2K Hookups tour. That's that tour. It would have been in the same tour, 1999, and that's when that happened, the Hookups tour. And so that's the one question I said, if I ever meet Bam, I want to ask him if that footage was in Flatonia, because we're like 13 or 14 when my dad showed us that, or maybe 15 or 16, I don't remember. But when my dad showed us that article, and we were just thinking, like, we're such fans. We're like, man, where were we when that happened? Man, we could have met him, or whatever, So that was my one question I always wanted to ask Bam. And that's why I told Brian Dunn about that at the Pink Monkey when I saw him in 2005 on the Don Vito tour or whatever. And I said, yeah, tell Bam I'm from Flatonia or whatever, So, and he was like, all right, but he probably know what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, and then so I met Bam, and I asked, and that was the one question I asked him on that when I in the VIP line or whatever at the Fuckface Unstoppable tour, and I explained to him what I just explained to you. It's on transworld.com, this article, and I asked him, so I was just wondering, is that part on CKY2K in Flatonia? And all he said was, it could be possible. and that was it. He didn't know. Like, it was probably so long ago, like he didn't fucking know, right. Really, from 1999 or whatever. So, and then I remember then he signed my copy of CKY4, and then as I'm walking away, I said, what did I say? It was a Don Vito quote. Oh, he's like, and stay away from my goddamn grapes from, Haggard.
Yeah.
The movie Haggard. And yeah, that's my one interaction with Bam Margera.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up. I know we went a little bit of a longer than we had expected. We're at an hour and 12 minutes right now. Shit. But it's all good. It's it's my first podcast. Yeah,
I think we're going to cut it on that. You you never know. There might be a Dustin Cardenas part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first podcast. Just bear with me. I know the audio is kind of, I think I'm in the left ear and Dustin's in the right ear. So hopefully I can get that fixed in episodes soon to come. So,
and I hope that you can at least hear me, because I'm not really talking into my microphone, because Jonathan has it set up on, has it right in his mouth, and I'm kind of leaning over talking into this. So. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. He'll find out whenever he edits the thing.
So yeah, make sure my Twitter is at Breakdown Plays. Same thing with Instagram. I don't have a Facebook. I think I'm going to upload this to iTunes. I'm going to put the Started Podcast on iTunes, and Dustin doesn't have any social media, so I can't tell you to follow him on anything. But he did. Plug his YouTube videos.
You want me to plug it again? Or?
Well, what's your YouTube's?
Okay. YouTube.com. Everything is youtube.com/ It's Flatonia MJL, Dustin Cardenas video, and Dance Metal videos, which you don't have to watch any of those. Which I do. I'll say this. I am planning on making 2 more Dance Metal videos once my hair gets longer.
God, I can't wait.
Oh, I know. Because it's something that I believed in. I mean, I don't know, I just thought it could be something, and if it would ever get big, like a known, the new it genre, like new metal was with, all that stuff, I want to be a part of it, I even also too, I didn't mention this, I have a script, a full length feature film script that's like 89 pages long that it took me 4 months to write. It's basically, it centers around the story of dance metal getting big, but there's scenes in it basically from all kind of like these stories that I've told in this podcast of just like of our teenager, of our adolescence, I guess you could say, of just stories of us that we, that's stuff that I didn't really talk about either, that's in the movie, in the script. So if anyone hears this that knows how to make it a legit feature film movie or film, I don't like the word movie. I make films. Another Entourage quote. We didn't really talk about that much, but anyway. But yeah, that's I have a script for that. But yeah, that's the whole kind of story of dance metal. It's just something that I believed in, even though I can't really dance or whatever. And I just thought it could be something one day. I don't know. But yeah, so it's Flatonia MJL, Dustin Cardenas video, dance metal videos, and then my main channel is DMCV Chit, CHIT. But you can just search Flatonia MJL Productions and it'll come up, but that's just the actual URL link. So, and then I have a Vimeo, vimeo.com/Dustin Cardenas, and then a website. Basically, the website is I just blog on there, and then I have links to like my main videos that I want people to see, and that's flatoniamjl.com. And then I have a Bandcamp for my music, stopdmc.bandcamp.com if you're interested in that. And that's all the links I have on. I feel like I'm a type of person that I don't want to have 20 fucking accounts to all these different websites. I'd rather just have like a few with all my shit on it, That's how I am. So,
yeah. All right. Well, I guess that about wraps it up. Everybody, thanks for listening. And let's see where this podcast goes. Dustin, thanks for
1,000 views in 4 days.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Dustin.
Yeah, thanks for coming over to my house and we filmed this.
Take it easy.
Yeah.